Hey guys, I've got a confession to make. I'm a loser. I actually lose all the time. But I just try my best not to fail. And you might ask, what's the difference then between losing and failing? Well, in the next 5 minutes, I want to show you a different way of thinking about failures and how to deal with them. Failing can hit hard. Whether it's money, relationships, or something personal, losing sucks. No one enjoys it, and most of the time, we do see loss as a failure. And honestly, sometimes it is. Imagine for a second you're part of a team. It can be at work, sports, it doesn't matter. What matters is that you've all committed hours and effort into a goal. And unfortunately, at the end of the project, it turns out that you didn't accomplish whatever goal you had set out to achieve. You're facing two options now. You can either reflect, learn, and try to figure out what went wrong so that you can hopefully get better for the next time, or you can get bitter, blame everyone else, and shut down. Well, we just went through the difference between losing and failing. In the first situation, you didn't really fail. You just lost or missed the goal. The second situation, however, is clearly a failure. Losing is inevitable, but failure is a choice. Failing is all about the way you experience and transform that loss in the aftermath. It's how we respond, reframe, and move forward. And this mindset applies to almost everything in life. Although the tougher the situation, the harder it can be to apply this mindset, especially when it seems that failure was not your fault. You might lose your job and not know how to pay rent. Your family could fall apart. Your partner might leave you. A hurricane might even blow up your house. Yeah, those things hurt. Some might seem, and some might feel very close to the end of the world. And yes, it's okay to cry, to grieve, and to feel broken. But you can't live there. The real danger isn't the loss itself, it's getting stuck in it, and letting it transform into resentment. It's letting the pain turn into permanent inaction, especially in the situations that are the hardest. Those circumstances demand you to move forward as stubbornly as you possibly can. Whether it was your fault or not, the only thing that matters now is what you do next, and not moving forward is definitely a choice. Now, I'm not saying that life is always in your control. Sometimes it just hits you with stuff you didn't ask for. Big stuff, ugly stuff, and stuff that doesn't care how positive you are trying to be. However, there is always a way out. There are people, normal, everyday people, who've come back from darker places than where you might be right now. And if it's been done, it's possible. So why not you? The moment you take responsibility, even for things that weren't 100% your fault, you give yourself power. Owning your failures means you're not waiting on the world to save you. You are taking the lead. You avoid that a loss turns into failure. Once you start seeing yourself as the responsible one for whatever thing that happened to you, you will feel the drive and necessity to actually do something against it. And yes, that's a long, slow, and continuous learning process. And the reward? The reward is power. Giving yourself power by owning every failure that comes along your way. The power and motivation to move forward. The alternative? The victim mentality. This is where you start believing that life just happens to you, and all you can do is sit and wait for someone else to fix it. That others owe you, that you're entitled to a solution because something unfair happened to you. It is a tempting trap, because it's easier. You don't have to take action. You just sit and wait to be compensated for injustice. And the more you believe this, the deeper the hole gets, and the longer the ladder needs to be climbed out. But here's the truth. The world doesn't always pay back. Life isn't always fair. And when you wait for someone else to fix things, you give away the very power you need to move forward. Just to make myself very clear, I'm not saying you're supposed to be some superhero that won't get angry, sad, or even resentful when life seems to be unjust. What I'm saying though is don't let yourself be consumed by your feelings. Refuse to live in victimhood. Refuse to blame and to stay passive. Instead, own every single failure that comes your way. And if you get good at it, maybe even own some failures that aren't yours. try to make the world a bit better. But none of that is possible if you can't first take responsibility for your own life. Remember that losing is never a failure. Failures arise when we give up. So own your failures, because that's where your power lives.